Hey guys, so today I wanted to share an update with you guys about succulents that we've propagated together in the past. So first up, you see these pots here and that one other pot right down there. Okay, so we did leaf propagations on these guys in our how to propagate succulents from leaf video. I will share the videos up on top of the screen for you guys to see as I talk about the plants. Okay, so if you want to go back on those videos, I will let you know which ones they are. This pot right here are all leaf propagations and it's now full. We actually did two videos on this. One was propagating the succulents from leaf. This is Graptopetalum and Purple Delight, and then it looks like I have some ghost plants that somehow snuck in there. I showed you how to propagate them from leaf, and I also showed you how to transfer your baby succulent leaf propagations to another pot so that they can grow better. And this pot has really filled in. If you go and look back at the videos from the past, you'll see that there's only like this much of the pot filled in, and now they are really growing nicely. These are outdoors all day, every day, and they get direct morning sunlight and then indirect afternoon sun, which is kind of just like the shade but still bright light in the afternoon, like right now. This pot right here is a pot of Graptopetalum super bombs. They also were all leaf propagations in the same video that we propagated these Purple Delights here, and you can see they do grow a little bit slower than these guys do. And then let me show you something else. So those Graptopetalum super bombs came from this plant right here. I actually beheaded the mother plants, and these are now the stem babies. I will let you know which video to watch for that also. And the pot is really filling in nicely. Look at all the new babies that are in that pot. If you look back in past videos, they were not this big at all. And here is basically the mama plant. We also repotted this in another video because I noticed that she wasn't growing as well anymore, so that means it was time for a repot, and she has really grown since then. And I think when looking back there, I haven't looked back there, look guys, there's actually a little baby back there. I just saw that, I just noticed that today because I haven't been checking on my succulents here outdoors at all. So this mama plant is actually having another baby, and then the other mother plant that we beheaded and chopped off is actually this one. This was the one that I kind of had a little bit of problems with. The mother plant actually shed all its leaves, the whole thing on the stem, and then decided to grow two babies afterwards, and they are really growing nicely out here. So imagine, all from this one mother plant and this one right here that used to be about that big, I now have all these babies from the leaf propagation and all these stem babies. Okay, so I basically started with two mother Graptopetalum super bombs, and those are everything that I have now. And then back to Purple Delight, so I have that pot that we propagated, and then that one there also. We also transferred those leaves, and these seem to be, actually they're all growing at the same rate. I guess I had less in there, but it looks like there's actually more babies in the bottom. I don't know if they just grew slower or if the babies had babies actually. Those guys all came from these mother plants right here. These were a lot bigger earlier in the year, but you know, temperature changes, it gets really hot, and then there's just been a lot of rain, so a lot of bottom leaves were lost, but they are strong and they are still hanging in there. It's actually time to behead them soon again so I can restart these, and then these stems can grow new babies. You can see right down there, there's actually new babies. And I beheaded these guys actually from these stems right here, and these stems are having more Purple Delight babies as well. Actually these are leftover stems that I just decided to plant into the soil, and they rooted and they had babies, but the original stems were actually in here. This one right here, there's actually a stem down there, and then this one is a baby from the original beheaded right there. You can see there's a weed here. You can see where I actually made the cut right there next to the baby. And that is actually a stem baby from the original stem of one of these mother plants right here. Here I have some fredives. These are leaf propagations from the original mother plant of where I cut right here. And then these are stem babies of the mother fredives. That fredives I've already sold, but look at how many babies. One fredive, guys. One fredive gave me all these babies. So stem babies and leaf propagations. They really grow well from leaf props, and I actually need to cut these now because you can see how long those stems have gotten. See that? Those stems can make me new babies again, and I could cut these so they can grow better and I can have more baby fredives. In another video, I took some cuttings of what are these? I'll have the name up on top of the screen for you. But subspecies bernalens, graptopetalum, something subspecies bernalens. Anyway, those are cuttings that I took, and the pot is filling in nicely now. These guys really need to be outdoors, guys, in direct sunlight or really strong grow lights in order to thrive, but they grow really well. So all of these little babies right here came from, look at this pot that is full now. Those were all cuttings from this pot right here. And since I made the cut, look guys, this was bald. Look at how many new babies are in that pot that grew on those old stems. This is actually a much fuller pot. The more you cut, guys, the more you stem propagate, the thicker they will come back when they grow new babies. And it's such a beautiful pot. That is the new pot of it now, the cuttings that are growing, and pretty soon, and when these get bigger, I will cut them again. And here I have some more pots of it where I took some stem beheadings, as well as that one. That one is actually filling up much nicer than this one, but I'm guessing it's because I had more stems in this pot right here. And you know, by the end of the season, this pot will be completely nice and full, and then I can cut again. And like I said, as I cut and cut, they come back fuller and fuller each time. In another one of our videos where we did stem beheadings, I pretty much cut off most of the heads from this pot right here. This is a pot of Graptosedum ghosties. And look at how full this pot is now, guys. This is one stem right here. One full stem of babies. I cut the original mother plant off, and it gave me over 10 babies. And then as well as these, look how big they are. I think I only had this left, and it was about maybe this small. And look at how much bigger that is now, and look at how much fuller this pot is compared to the video when I originally cut the mother plants off. I want you guys to look back on the old videos, because then I show you how to propagate them and how to get these results after a few months, because you know, these didn't have as much succulents as they do now, because I keep cutting and they just keep producing more and more babies for me. Just to let you see, look at that really beautiful purple Murasaki there. She's given me a baby. It's so pretty. And for the final update for our leaf propagations, I hope you guys can see this well, because it's actually really bright in here and I can't see that well, but look at these beautiful leaf propagations. I have a full tray of different succulents that I propagated. Basically, I just put soil in this old takeout container, guys. It has no drainage holes, so I can keep it moist as much as possible. And I just throw in leaves in there, random leaves in there when there's loose leaves, and they just keep growing. I don't even fertilize this soil, but I actually do need to start transferring them, because at this point I don't think they will grow much bigger, because the soil is just not enough and there's just too much in there. But these right here are all leaf propagations that grew in clusters of Sedivaria letizia. When stressed, they actually do turn really nice and red, but when they're babies like this, I try my best not to stress them, because I want them to grow. I'm not caring about stress colors at this point, not until they get bigger. But basically, guys, the story behind this is I had one big, medium-sized letizia like this, but it was bigger, of course, medium size. And what happened was it started rotting and I couldn't save the stem, but I took as much of the healthy leaves as possible and they all grew in clusters for me. So I did lose one mama plant, but this is how much babies it gave me in the end. These are all growing in clusters. There's another one right there. Look at that. This is about, I think, 2 different leaves, but grew in nice clusters. They're very tiny and cute, guys. And that one right there, that is 1 leaf that grew in a cluster, and it gave me about 5 or 6 babies from 1 leaf. This one here is a Graptivaria. It's a lovely rose, and I managed to save that 1 leaf. I don't really know how to take care of lovely roses yet, guys, but somehow I managed to propagate them from leaf. And then this one right here is actually a Korean import from another succulent that I have that I haven't shown you guys yet, and I forgot the name of this one, but they propagate really well from leaf. I have some ghost plants in there. I believe these are ghost plants. Another Graptivaria lovely rose. This is another import. I'm not sure which one it is yet right now. And these ones here, what are these called again? I'll try to have the ID on top for you if I can remember. But beautiful, beautiful succulents from 1 leaf. They both grew 2 heads from 1 leaf, and they are so pretty. I have some aeonium cuttings that I placed in there, and I actually have some other random leaves that are growing in there, which I really won't know what they are until they grow. This little cluster right here is actually one of these. These are also imports. I actually totally forgot what they're called, but they propagate well from leaf as well. It just takes a while for them to grow. But anyways, that is the update for you guys of succulent leaf propagations that I have done with you guys in the past. If you want to look back on those episodes so you can see the progress and how to do it, and which succulents, if you have Letizia, guys, pick off some of those leaves and propagate, because they grow in beautiful clusters just like this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little update. Again, this is Christine from These Succulent Biddies. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you.
Stay safe, our succulent buddy friends.